Always going to be my coach. I always called him coach when I was a little kid, and I'll call him coach till I die, and in my memory. But this circle of life was remarkable for me because some of you may or may not know a little bit about what brought me to Hinsdale. My father was in the service for 30 years, retired. He had two places to go. It was either Minot, North Dakota, or Hinsdale, Illinois, by chance. Completely and totally by chance. He retired from the service, and we moved to Hinsdale, Illinois, by chance. When I was in St. Louis, my very first swim coach was a coach by the name of Steve Nielsen. Steve Nielsen taught me to enjoy swimming, to have fun. We swam on Mondays and Thursdays, an hour a time. I was 6, 7, 8 years old. And then every other Thursday, we'd do diving. And we just had fun with swimming. My brother went through high school and did all that, the All-American thing. But then we were going to go to North Dakota. Swimming wasn't something that was in our blood like for a lifelong ambition. It was just something that we did. And by chance, my father spent 1 year in Minot and said, no, I'm not going there. You can't do that. Now, circle of life. Coach Nielsen was my coach. Guess who else he coached? Our coach. Coach Nielsen coached Coach Watson. And I found that out after we were there, and I thought that is remarkable. It still gives me goosebumps when I think of how our lives are all so interconnected. And he taught me not to enjoy swimming, but he taught me what I needed to do to get better in swimming and in everything else in my life. I was a runt on the age group team. I was a runt among many of you other runts, but I was a runt. And he saw something in me, and he cultivated that and tweaked it. And so I was able to do better and do better as the years went on. And when I became an age grouper, this is before there was any girls' sports, Coach said to all of us girls, if any of you make the national cutoff team, you can train. I'll give you the privilege of training with those boys. And I was blessed to have made the cutoff team, and Coach brought me in. And I was able to train the 4 years, and they didn't do any of the shaving stuff. Well, they did, but I wasn't in the locker rooms whenever they did what they did. And he nurtured me through my high school years. I remember the first thing he told me, though, and he was very serious with me. And unlike what he says, Coach did live a life that was filled with who Coach was. Yeah, we all became a part of it. But he gave that attribute to all of us. We collectively give it all back to him. Because collectively, we made Coach Watson. Collectively, the sacrifice that Jan, Ann, and John had as children, as he nurtured each of us, 5 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, collectively, we became, yes, your family. Yes. But you sacrificed to allow him into our lives. For that, we are eternally grateful. And through high school, I remember when he first met me, he said, now, I'm going to let you swim with the boys' team, but you can't cry. I mean, that was a good that was it. I thought, well, why am I going to cry? Because girls cry. He wasn't real fond of girls. So I thought, okay, I can't cry. And then I remember, just some other instances. And he had a very special, some of you knew my father, who was pretty tough. But I remember my coach. He brought me into that little back office, and he had a one-on-one conversation with me that will remain precious and privileged every day I die. But it was along the lines of, be true to yourself. Always stand up for yourself. Never do the wrong thing. Always try to do the next best thing, and never forget who you are. Never forget that, no matter if it's your father or others or anything. And for me, that legacy lived on. That lived on. And when we were able to all gather at the Hall of Fame, I know how much joy he had in his heart for all of us at his ceremony, at our ceremonies, and through this. What a remarkable tribute that this is to him. And thank you for letting us all be a part of it. Thank you for bringing us back into your home, because our coach was our coach because of what you all allowed. And for that, we're going to be eternally grateful. God bless you, and thank you so very, very much. Thank you, Coach.